All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I had to I want to stay keep my glasses on because I didn't get no sleep last night and I've been up all night, so hide the lights and stuff. All right. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the garbage truck drivers, very essential. I forgot to put my garbage out. Shout out to the healthcare workers. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Not more for yourself and little less for others. Some people them want good for you, but them don't want too much good for you. They don't want you to have more good than them. They don't want to see you out prosper them. But they'll wish you good. Just don't do better than me. Not them kind of people. If you one of the people who wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself, you just want to be in your corner. I wish everybody good, and I hope I do good myself. That kind of something that big up yourself this morning. This Monday morning, and we're off to a slow start, but it's not manic Mondays, it's money making Mondays, you know. And we ain't got much to talk about this morning, but it's going to get pretty interesting. Pay attention to the call-in number because we're going to have a call-in session this morning, but not right now. Not right now. See, I owe and I do due diligence. So, the thing is about Queenie and it's about Dewey, but it's going to go deeper than that this morning. It's not just about Queenie and Dewey this morning. It's not just reaction video this morning from what she's saying and all that. We're going to talk, big people talk. No. Now that I've heard her husband speak and she speak again many times after, I can talk now. See, I couldn't have to spread the video and share it and all these things and talk about it. So we have full permission, and that's what we're doing. All right. And no ill intent towards any of them because just like I told you before, people go through them stuff all the time. I seen a man beating up his girl, and I see a next man jumping. True story. See a next man jumping, ready to fight the man that was beating up his girl. And next thing we know, the girl jump on the man back. And now her man who was beating her up, is fighting this man from the front while she cuffing him from the back, and he's caught in the middle. All right. End of the day, the two of them hold hand and walk, go home, come back with, make this up, yeah, honey, and don't let anybody come in between again. Like if you start them fight, right? And all you were trying to do was to defend her. So we're not going to talk into them business like that. Them are grown people, but I think there's some things that we got to talk about. Like, why when the abuse is on the other foot, the energy is different. See? So we're gonna address that this morning for sure. Why when the abuse is on the other foot, the energy is different. Like when the man get abused, people kind of be like, yeah, okay, whatever. I've seen a lot of comments. That's why I wanted to talk about this really. I saw a lot of comments that said, because I was following them over the weekend, I saw a lot of comments that said, you should have bust up the next side and face to Queenie. Like these are women, and lots of it, not just once or twice or whatever. Everything she said. She has her followers, and everything she said. You make me proud, Queenie. Me look up to you. Me respect you to the fullest. You're real to the ground. This and that, and okay, give her accolades. And then when she said, "Me bust up him face, yes," I watched over the weekend. She admitted to busting up the man's face. See, me bust up him face, yes. When she said she bust up his face, somebody said, you ain't really bust up his face. A scratching man. You should have really bust up his face. And then the next woman said, you should have bust up the next side too. On the one side you bust up, light work that man. And so I'm saying, why is the energy different? Because could you imagine if it was the other way around? And say, for instance, me and Shakira get into a fight, right? And I put hands on her and I bust up her forehead. What would y'all be saying? Because I know what the energy would be. If she come on live or she come to her own live from a separate location with a big old plaster over her forehead and me somewhere making a video saying, yeah, I'm going to bust up her face, yes. So we're going to talk about all that. And the reason why she said she did it is what brings me to the next thing I want to talk about this morning, which is what to expect when dating or when in a relationship and there is an age gap there. Because some people don't know what to expect. Them think everything are going to be all right, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? So like just like everything has its different markers, I think those particular relationships have their different markers as well. But you know, when everything fresh and nice and excited, you jump in. That's for any relationship until the stuff starts to arise. Real problems start to arise. Now, we're going to talk about that age difference and what to expect when you're in a relationship where there's an age difference, especially if there's a huge age gap. And then we're going to talk about why is the energy different when the abuser is the woman and the abused is the man. It's like nobody not care about man. See, and of course she admitted to busting up his head. Not only that, she made a whole video cussing out people that supported her and telling them don't talk about her husband. Remember, I'm telling you, I said Queenie and Dewey could possibly just make up them thing and be back together again, laughing at all of us, right? So let's get into all of that this morning. And Queenie said yesterday that day before yesterday said she didn't post any of her those videos that are going around. She not post none of them on her own stuff. She give it to us vloggers. Give it to him, make we go talk. She says she employ us spiritually. And we better understand that. Some of y'all don't understand that. But it's true. So whatever. I know how to spin something into something else and get something valuable out of it. Not true? All right. We're all here teaching and learning from each other and just a live life. None of us superior than the other and them thing. Then I think we could learn a lot from even just their situation, whether them get back together or not. Mind you, I wish both of them the best. However, I owe it to Dewey to start out with what he had to say because we full joy ourselves Friday morning off a Queenie video, don't? So I would be a big old hypocrite. It would look like I took sides and I was siding with his wife and giving her a platform to say what she wants to say and grieve and let loose and say what she gotta say. And then when he put his video out, I silenced the video, but don't play nothing where him have to say and all that. It wouldn't look too good. So we're gonna be fair on both sides. And then for those of you who missed Friday, your business that means you missed everything that Queenie said on Friday. For those of you who were here, you remember, I'm gonna drag your memory a little bit, but make us start off with Dewey video first. All right. No long talking. Here we go. And this is him. I just can't show the video itself. So listen up. All right. And you're gonna hear Dewey explain himself a little bit. Now, Dewey have too much music in the background and things, so I'm afraid of copyright infringement stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and play for him first, so I can chop it out if anything. But anyway, that's Dewey.
I tell you straight, I put my hand on my wife. I never use no object.
And it has somebody's brand.
You love seeing me.
The man said, me I tell you straight, me put my hand on my wife, but me never use no object and liquor or nothing like that. But him put him hands on her. He's not talking about feel her up. I'm talk about him liquor already. Me lick my wife and put my hands on my wife, but I never use any object. Remember, she said she did a video where she said, yes, she used the glass and bust up him forehead, yes. But then she come back later and clean it up. She say she that talk to him and the way how she rush him, the glass, him bounce off of him forehead and him get a little cocoa. That's a little later on cleanup, because them did not talk about press charges and arrests and all these things and how Dewey could get his papers if him, because some people say, yo, him use her and he had a plan to get papers to be in England, but that's not the person he wanted. And a lot of people put it out there and say, yo, that's one way that he could get it. If he's being abused, him head get bust up. You come take me from Jamaica, carry me go afar, and enough people go through that, Take me from Jamaica, carry me go afar, and bust up my face already. Have me living like, where you going? Who you going with? When you coming back? No, you don't move less I say so. All this kind of stuff, right? I mean, I get beaten too. And you can show them that they'll grant you your papers away from the person and give you the right to go live your life and get a divorce quick and everything outside of that. But she had some things to say. She said, Dewey is not a user. So we need to stop calling the man a user. So all of you who said, oh, is an older woman him look because she did a carry him got fly him out from Jamaica or whatever. She made it clear in a new video that he's not a user. and I want that to be clear out of her mouth. She said, Dewey don't even know for wipe him off. Him don't know nothing about use. As a matter of fact, I'm paraphrasing, she said, him want to be in Jamaica and I'm like a June plum tree chilling. He didn't want to come to England. Him tell her personally he don't want to leave Jamaica. He don't want to go to England and all that, right? And she had drag him because she see better in him and more in him and think if she bring him over there and give him this opportunity, him can spread him wings and fly and like how people fly out and go take advantage of opportunities that are not in our homeland. That's what she have hopes for. That's gonna bring us to age difference, think different, different levels of in all them something there. But listen to Dewey talk. See? All right. So Dewey have the same piece right now. He never lick him wife. He never lick her with any objects. He only used his hands.
No object on the car yet. As you make love seeing me, man, you hear that? But I see my wife. You don't know me and my wife have a little dispute, you understand? A little talking. It's me and you know, it reached to a stage where she just, you know, she go from 1 to 1 million. You understand me? I say, in real life. I don't have nothing about to say about my wife. But I say now, fluent with the net thing. You understand? Because I live or something I'm gonna do. Straight. You see me? I'm gonna take the time out to come from the live and you see me? Share with you know what you have to say. You understand? I have nothing against my wife. You see me? I appreciate everything. She come on, she talk, and this morning me, she said she licked me with the glass. You see me? When I argue, I see you say the most boss. You understand? No, say so. Love for me, I fear I'm contain it. You understand what I'm saying? I read that. No sure. That is it. But not how it was. You understand? Yeah. So when I see she use the glass and the night and lick me and say, tell her story in a real life. Like it never war with my wife, I swear to you. Never like. Then when me she have put her mother in her. My mother called my phone and tell me to go back home. You hear that? Say my mother did have, me and my mother did have plans. My mother would call my phone and read. You see me? But at the same time, she always say, I'm my mother. My mother now have nothing to do with it.
All right. So for those of you who can't understand because the music playing in the background, so far he said that he have nothing but love for his wife. And if y'all saw Queenie video yesterday, her video is much clearer than his. And his video is not that long, so I'm gonna play some of. I can't play all because they're them long. So I'll play some of her video next. Her video is clear, no music in the background and thing. But do we talk with music in the background? So I'm have to tell the people them what he's saying. He's saying that she was blaming his mother, but his mom don't have nothing to do with this. Because this time when he called his mom and said, yo, mom, I left, his mom actually told him to go back home, go work on your marriage, right? Don't walk out like that kind of thing. But him said him left because him get licking at him face with a glass box, with a glass cup or a glass thing, you know, and bust him forward. And he said if it's that it come to, then I remember a lady I covered a couple of years ago that said she met a guy in Jamaica and it was a Jamaican expatriate, went overseas, did very good for himself. Him have money and thing. She said when he's older and she didn't want no older man, but she fell for him because he was very persistent. But the marker for them was when he brought her over here. She was everything in Jamaica for him, right? But when he brought her over here to the US, she begged to go back to Jamaica. She begged till she had to run away and take herself back to Jamaica. And she didn't want to be here because him have a big old house, yeah, but him have her locked up in the house. And he had a chain and ball on her leg, and she was like, she was so used to being so free in Jamaica, but now she have a man telling her where she can go, who she must talk to and who she shouldn't talk to and all this other stuff. And she couldn't go nowhere and she couldn't associate with anybody. So she wanted to leave. And she was like, if I this, me have to do, forget green card or citizenship or something for foreign, then me have to stay right at Jamaica because I don't want the abuse. Well, it's the same thing Queenie said yesterday about our husband. She said, he's not a youth that was killing up himself to go. He wasn't looking for no visa. He didn't want to leave. It's just because he's married to she pull him, beg him, come, right? And end up going over there. So, and the first thing he said after this fight was, she said, if Dewey was using me, Dewey would have left me yard and gone to some other woman yard. He would have left me yard, and if he would be out here working, saying, yo, man, I gotta put myself together, use the opportunity here, get a job, you know, put himself together and move out from her. But he's not doing anything like that, she said. She said that's not what he's on. Him well comfortable under her until drama break out. He actually said he's going back to Jamaica. And she appeared to pull him and I said, no, no, not no Jamaica. At least come use the opportunity that you have here in England and do something with it. But you know, so she basically said he want to be under his June plum tree in Jamaica chilling. I mean, I tell him, you know, listen, for those of us who go back to Jamaica on a regular basis, some people can't really fathom. They're like, oh, you gonna left big foreign with enough opportunity. Somehow we can't wait to leave, and there are enough who don't want to come because them prefer take the whatever the lack of opportunity and stuff like that, and just be chilling under them mango tree and them June plum tree for true is a real thing. See? So the fact that she came out to defend him and she well cussed the people, you know, that's not that is defending her, but it's doing it in a way where they're tearing him down. She said she do the video, she vent, but she never vent for people to use it against her husband. She vent because she a vent because that's who she is. That's how she is. And she's not changing her personality like that for nobody. No fun out there have whole heap of problems in a your relationship as well. But when you go on like phone thing perfect, holy teen and then explode. And she's not one of those kind of people. She rock and she ball out loud, and you know, that's how she is, and all these things. Here one. I have to talk about the beaten part. But let's give Dewey another 5 minutes. Try to see if you can hear what he's saying, and then we get into Queenie, which is more clearer, and then we get into our topics, which are why is the energy different when the abuse is to the man versus to the woman? Also, what to expect when you're in a relationship with a huge age gap and these kind of things. All right. So here we go.
It's me, no matter of fact, the mother people that have nothing to do with it. You get what I'm saying? I really like it. I love it. It's me, and I always, I mean, I talk about opportunity, about my opportunities and all the things there. I'm ungrateful. You don't know what is ungrateful? Ungrateful. No. I let you get out of character. You understand what I say? Yeah, because me never see my wife in that term there yet, but you don't know a thing go. You see me? Yeah. But God, and she did it need to, you know. Yeah, man. In a real life. I'm look on it and I myself, but God. This I think come down. You know, I'm not plug seeing my wife, man, I hear that. But you have to get the thing straight. You see me, my mother now have nothing to do with this. My baby mother now have nothing to do with this. But the simple thing I say, you send me an end there, you come like, I want to stop it from shine. I'm going to simply say, yo, from a come around here, I'm going to stop it from doing nothing. You understand me?
All right. Audrey, your name is not in green. When last time I make a donation or anything, Audrey? I told you I have things to do over here and stuff I'm trying to get to. I just fling somebody out the room. I don't want to fling you out, Audrey, but please, SouFlo, hurry up and get to the next topic. I'm gonna just explain painstakingly what it is I'm doing. I said I'll give Dewey 5 more minutes. I'm not control time. Father God control time, so you have to wait for the 5 minutes when I say. Not true? All right, we're like 4 minutes into the 5 minutes. You are telling me if you hurry up. All right, sir. Listen up. If you're not one of them kind of people here, you will get fling out. You will get blocked from the room. I seen somebody said the other day to me about why you ask people to comment and then when they comment, you erase their comment. I asked you to comment, but I didn't ask you to send nobody up under their mother, and I didn't ask you to be rude and disrespectful. I still have to govern this over here. I don't want people come up here and be like, oh my God, there's nothing but profanity over here and hate. I'm not coming back to this channel. So, you know, when some people bring themselves over here with them foolishness and negativity, it's best to just kick out that one person. Listen, people say it all the time. Won't you tell the people them and remind them to hit the thumbs up button? Me not beg. I don't beg. What is yours regardless, and you don't have to beg for it. There's an energy over here that we carry, and some people gravitate towards it. See? Freedom of speech, welcome. However, keep it respectful. See? I explained already what I'm doing. Let's just roll like that. You know why I'm gonna beg? Cause who's gonna leave is gonna leave, and who's gonna come is gonna come. That's what I'm doing on my own life anyway, and that's what I'm applying here. See? So all right then. Look a bit how what Queenie did have to say, and then 5 minutes of Queenie, then we go into talk. Then we 5 minutes of Queenie, then we go into the real talk. All right, of my topics.
Hey, my name is Dr. J.
I don't know.
Cussing. Say no one a blood clot, say one go on.
You know Queenie extra.
If in the death of a scan with a woman.
All right, again, she gave every blogger permission to play this. I'm only playing 5 minutes of this. I'll share the link when the video is done, so you can go listen. Cause you know someone who want to listen to the whole life, right? This video is actually 19 minutes long, and I'm only playing 5 minutes of it for you, if that much. So I just want you to hear how she came off with her next video after Dewey put out theme video.
I'm gonna live and look different, like if that's a blood clot. You know, I hear my filthy mouth. So no one can tell me about my relationship. As I said, I had was to break that blood clot news. So no can blood clot tell me say my husband an opportunist. My husband I eat.
She said I had was to break that blood clot youth. That kind of remind me like them man, the cowboy them when them get a horse, you know, and the horse wild and them have to tame the horse, so them ride the horse until them break the horse. That way now they can pass the horse on to a child, and a child can get on that same horse and ride it without the horse going bucking bronco. Again, big age difference, different chain of thought, different process, different way of communicating with each other. Them the thing that we're gonna talk about this morning. We're laying the foundation to build up the building. Walk with it.
Yes, we're blood clot opportunities concerned. I'm not pretty up nothing. They should have taken control of my blood clot money, my teeth out some of me and warm film, and them can't say no that boy a blood clot love sweet.
Where's that? You say no more no in house. Me left the store one? Yeah. Jaw.
If you say no guy shop, when them reach say crazy, where you sell for buy? I bet you towel.
Simple.
I bet you towel probably.
Hear this.
I bet you towel learn from it. Come here to the next learning.
I bet you the tour will learn from it.
My neighbor before I tell him something I put it by internet, you know. I will say all the while. What the care like I fuck a brother man? You understand me? You have to communicate with your wife. And before
you see that? You can't lock off on me. The woman said it's because he's the type to shut down. This is a style of communication. Some people communicate differently. Some people like me, if I have an issue, I want to talk about the issue now. I don't want to talk about it later when everybody remember it differently from how it went and everything. I want to talk about it now. That's my style of communicating. You know what I'm saying? Her style of communicating obviously is similar. Like she want to talk about it now. But hear what? She gonna beat him if him not talk to her. You know, she gonna bust him head if him not talk to her. Remember, I know as she said, fuck, fight, or funeral. She said, me take the stool, put the stool in at the doorway, block it so him can't leave, and me take up the glass of it in my hand and me tell him it's fuck, fight, or funeral in here today. That means him gonna talk or gonna be war. You can't do that. There's nothing that you can use to justify hitting your partner. Nothing. If they don't want to talk to you, it hurts, but they just don't want to talk to you. You know? As a big man, you should have been like, yo, I saw him communicate, but it's not healthy. But I'm not gonna bust a glass and I'm forehead. Yeah, you're not talk to me. You're not talk to me. And she said in this video. I'll give you the link so you can go hear the whole video. It hurts, you know? It hurts when them not talk to you and things. But you don't bust a glass and I'm forehead, my friend. Right? So, was he getting abused by her? I mean, come on now. Let's be honest. Look at Queenie's personality. Look at Queenie's personality. And she said in the video again that that's why God make him calm and make she aggressive. So who you think bring the fire into the house then? And she have to rail up And Dewey said when them argue, as she said most of everything, him not really say nothing. And she say it too. So why
What I didn't say so. But I think same with that take up the ladder up. Every time I go up the ladder, one next snake bite him. You get the drift? This is what I got. I don't know where I got. Because the way I go on back on the internet, I don't even know if I can even up back my husband. But it's a love conquer it all. And me telling you, I'm not confused, married to me. I'm telling you, so what we have.
Remember, you know, the whole time on his video, he was referring to her. He never said anything bad about her. And he called her his wife over and over and over and over. And him say, I still love my wife over and over and over and over. If him did have a mind where this is done, I'm not going back kind of thing, him would have been say, yo, me not go back over there. Yeah, me love her and everything, but she bust me fired and me no want no man beat me. Done. But he kept saying my wife, you know what I mean? I love her and I love her. And admit to him putting his hand on her is an abusive, rotted relationship. The relationship that look like them beat each other in it, not true? She beat him when she ready, him beat her back probably. Them beat each other out of self-defense. Is like who kick off today and throw the first punch. But don't worry, because we're gonna be punching in here and moving some furniture and mashing up some stuff. That kind of relationship there is what this is. They both have admitted it, so I'm not making stuff up. He said it, that he put his hands on her, but him don't use no object to hit her. Still putting your hands on her is wrong, bro. Whether you use an object or not. If you're not caressing her, feeling her up, slap up her body, you know one time they want you choke them and them something there. If I know that you do, then you're doing wrong. So I'm wrong on film part. She admit to bust glass and I'm fired and everything. She wrong on her part too. A regular them beat each other over there. That's what I go on. Me I laugh, but me not feel laugh. But a regular them beat each other in that relationship. They both admitted it.
But I said, my dash of the blood clot ring give my husband at the end of February last year. And tell him I know I'm blood clot married because he not talk to me. You know what I fact? Me and my husband don't argue over woman and that me tell you, you see in a relationship, the most commonest thing is your man cheat by you. Me not have that problem with do because I do cheat on them WhatsApp and them Instagram not going nowhere. So fuck you and the girl them we are sending them pussy. Me not care because you're not straight and gonna wet. My husband is my blood clot husband. He have to come back somewhere or the other. If I have a sister Queen, I don't want him to come back. Queen, I want him have to tell me that. But in his own time. Them have a saying for say God slow, but him sure God not slow. God do it in his own time.
Queen, should I make the man answer her in his own time too and not block the doorway and tell him fuck fight our funeral? I'll answer me now. I'll talk to me now. That self-control should have been yeah, you should have remember that. Say him will answer you in his own time. Yeah, not after you broke the glass to the man forehead, you talk about in his own time. So, you see, hey, and remember this too, right? Queenie is who she is. Like, no making no excuses for her. If I was a man looking for a woman, that's not a DM I would slide into because she not my type. As me don't want no woman talk to me like that. I don't want no woman come try to fight me off. And I'm sure that's how she is though, right? So if Dewey knew it from before he got into it, and he's not a baby, he's 32 years old. So I'm not like him at 21, him at 32. So I'm a still big man, and he knows her personality. The whole of we know her personality the same way she stay on social media, the same way she stay in her real life. See? So you chose that as a wife. What you thought? She was. It's just like a woman where choose a man where him beat all them other woman them, and you know it. Cause you see him kick Keisha from Elm Street going on 15th and 31st and everything, and you want to be next in line to be his woman. Like you don't think he's gonna do that to you too? Yeah. So I the same thing. You know, say so she did stay, so you take on that. And I guess he thought he was gonna be able to combat it, and she is more combative than he thought he was gonna be able to combat it, and she's more combative than he is. And that's a go on. Cause she went. You know what she said? That really got me. She said, "Now do it. Why you want me fuck up the two of we and blood up the whole place?" Listen to me. I was in a relationship one time, right? And the woman look at me and tell me, say, you know, I'm just a stand up over here with a knife and me figure out which part to push it. I left that house that same day. I left that house on power and man back the bike back. Me not ride for man bike back, I don't even ride bike. If you see how me hug up the man where I ride the bike, I want big Harley Davidson. The man come pick me up with. And me hug up the man on the back of the bike. Me like a scandal bag. Scandal bag, grab 2 pieces of clothes and I was out. Deuces. And we don't live. And that was the end of that. Me just a stand up over you while you're asleep. And me there I think, which part to push a knife. Yeah, peace out. Bye. You won't be able to do that again. Me gone. Me not playing no game with that. Right? Why? Abuse is not good in any relationship here, sir, because it gets to violence real quick. Real quick. And more time it gets so out of hand that somebody end up dead. The next person end up, oh my God, me never did mean to really choke her like that. Or me never did really mean to pick her up and drop her on her head like that. She over there like, boy, the one stab me give him enough, one stab. And it was just to push him up off of me. And the one stab split him like a heart in a two, literally. So you have to be careful. Have to be careful. Soldier J819 says, me can't take the loudness, do it strong. May I tell you, but people have their different types. Maybe he's not attracted to a shy girl or somebody who, talk at a certain level. And then maybe he isn't at that level of maturity yet either, to where, them loud thing that still turn him on or something. I don't know.
Like when my husband, he's not one act like me like when he tell me 2 months. Say, Chris, me not act like you, take time with me.
Yeah, act like you.
So I have to take him own time. After this a disgrace, that's all I'm spit. And if he do love me, he will be back.
1 year and 7
Him
months.
can't love me and not come back to him. Because whatever is to be, is to be. But you see me right now, I'm beautiful and nice. I'm release, I'm relax. Because it's a little lumber we're doing. I'm not going to come 19 times and tell you what happened. But the 20th time I shall scream like the fucking fat juicy pig I fucking is. You understand me? Ellen. That is physical altercation. It's a violence. And when you draw a weapon and do all that, I have the glass in and I drink.
Listen,
I'm going to walk up like Sharon Stones up on the chair. I'm going to say, do it. You have to talk to me tonight. So when I say I'm wet him with water, throw water in your face. Do you that? Do you not feel it? If I throw water in your face, that alone is going to make you feel disrespectful. But because I sit down and warn you for so long, I'm going to say, do it. It's a glass house, Malivina. You're going to make me get ignorant and blood up me and police come. That mean what? I think. I never blood him out. I think. I speak. Nobody not perfect, but when you can control yourself for 10 hours, 12 hours, and somebody avoid you, ignore you, it's hard to know. So you know what now? It's by the time I get up, I rush him with this glass of water splash out. And him try to grab the glass and I said, lick him in the forehead. One little blood clot coconut come go on like, should have 10 cocoa my husband get. That's enough for do. Don't sit down there. If you know I rejoice, then I rejoice. That's...
All right. One thing I'm going to say, you see, some people are under the impression that, and they really believe this, violence is when you drop a weapon and use it on the other person. No, my friend. Violence is any touch that was not warranted by the other person, not welcomed by the other person, not authorized by the other person. That's violence. Period. Yeah? If you don't in a woman panty so and you're going there, she says, stop, come on from in a violence that they are using. I know we could have a whole other conversation. Can you possibly rape your wife and all these things? But listen what I say. So I need not just Queenie to know this, I need everybody to know this, that violence is not when you draw a weapon. That is extreme violence. Violence starts from words. When you talking to each other and I call each other out of them name and I cuss to where the two of them feel like, that's how I started and then she feel like, okay, I'm not getting nowhere, so I bust a glass and I'm fired. Him probably that they feel the same too, but he controls himself. In Dewey's video, to his credit, Dewey said, if me did stay in another house there any further, after me get licking on my face, then no telling how this would have turned out, because I start pre-different, right? I start pre-different. This is how man staying at the house, next thing you know, she fling glass, lick you in your forehead, next thing you know, man go to kitchen, pick up a big knife, and got her in the house. then we're looking at a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? So him take him looking at him fired and him left. And him saying still love him wife and everything, but you have to get the hell out of there today. And the in there now, and him in there, and him know when to left, and that was a time to leave. So, you know?
If a dog have them there. That's what I love when give me that power. So for she say no, nobody diss him like that. I say, what you call this other? She said nobody diss him, I say, other, me talk to you later about that now.
Listen to this.
So I know start sweat. So because I know I have a create beer blood clot thing, because that's something you're supposed to remember.
Last one.
You can't leave everything for me as simple as that is. So what I done, I call it mom and spot. The try with me 2 in I can. I say, Odette, you remember your bank print number then? She said, all of them. I say, well, if Sunday, yes, I don't remember the bank number. And remember all of them and more. And things like that you're supposed to remember. You can't even wipe him ass. Yes. Yes. No. I didn't call her. By saying that, me want to justify myself. By saying that to her, she said, remember me said, we can't even wipe him as it's just a figure of speech.
To his mom, you know.
Support me. So,
to his mom, you know. I can imagine my mother ignorant, you know. My mother, that's why I know that every Jamaican, you see, even the prissy one, them, trust me, that's why I know. Even the prissy ones touch the wrong button and see if that same something that we're Queenie carrying will come out. It's just not in all of us like manifested daily. We don't live in that moment, but it exists within. The man mother inside to him mother say that's like a kid, right? I seen Stash say it earlier. Big up Stash, thank you for being here. Stash say, yeah, she talked to him like a child. We can't wipe him on ass. That's like me talking to Kai or one of my other kids. You can't even wipe it on us. Before I look like him, you know, him light out here and know what to do next or I'm confused or something. I have to take you and guide you. That's her chain of thought. But she's saying it to his mom. So when the mom says, oh God, nobody do him like that, nobody talk to him like that. Mommy offended on behalf of our son, you know. And something in our mind, I said, Jesus Christ, if I was doing, I wouldn't want a woman talk to me like that. That's kind of a hard spot to be in, to have your mommy feeling like, yo, cause my mother don't feel like no woman good for me. And that's probably how most man mothers stay, and that's probably how most girls good mothers stay and them thing there, right? Your parents never feel like who you with is good enough. Them always, or they better come correct, that kind of thing, because you're with my child kind of thing. You can't wipe him one ass to his mother. And the mother said, nobody talk to him like that. And nobody disrespect. What do you mean I talk to him like that? Don't disrespect him like that. And she got challenged the mother now and said, which part of that are disrespect? Seymour Bennett says, loud woman was never and will never be my type. I'm too quiet for that. Boy, them say opposites attract. And I think that's what...
He might not the one, but the support and the love when give me that power. So for she say no, nobody diss him like that. So what you call this other? She said nobody diss him, Mr. Other. We talk to you later, bye.
Right there, you should have just said, all right, mommy. That's it, nothing more. But can't tell people what to say.
Look at this lady. Then when I come off of the phone, now I in my blood clot rinse. You understand? So me know, so when me take the way Jamaica do, so when me I try to explain to you, do we could I take my purse and take my blood clot money, go buy shoes and something, could I take it to Jamaica, doing no business with blood clot, nothing, no business with just lock blood clot down. And I can't have my husband a lock down, son. My husband has to stand up and real at the fucking king. So what if I understand? I have to lick him blood clot, I need for proud that they lick him. I have to lick him on the internet. If him wake up and smell the blood clot, I have to break him and break myself and disgrace myself and then sit down patiently and wait. And then you say this big bomber clot. I say, you're bomber clot again. It's on the phone. You say when it's on the phone, I'm not satisfied. Yet.
Well, when she said she'd have to break him, did y'all... How many people in here saw Roots? I keep referring to Roots. Butcher Toby boy. Butcher Toby boy. It's a good talk. Butcher she over there said British. Oh, British. I said Jamaican. No, British, Jamaica. British, okay, British. Jamaica, British, Jamaica, British. I don't know, I'm confused. Like, come out that buy, look at me like and you run out the house. Why? I see somebody say, imagine being stuck in foreign with that. Toby boy. No, Kunta. You see when them beat Kunta, y'all who haven't seen Roots, go watch Roots. When them beat Kunta till Kunta stop saying name is Kunta. And he's from the Mandinka tribe. And he is the man forget everything. The lick them get too much. The man said, I am Toby. Toby, come here, boy. Because he wanted to give him an English name, which was more easy. Yo, show I do it act like, oh, show I do it. Queenie, big up yourself. Me not to go too deep in all the thing. Me I use it as an example out there if it helps all other people because, like she said, she's here to teach. So that's what she said. She's here to teach. So I'm here to learn. See it?
Back to blood clot from on a telephone bomber clot. And I be just telling you something. Ladies, bitches, woman, wife. So yeah, make sure of
what that's the same category, Queenie. Ladies, bitches, woman, wife. No, we are ladies over there. I look for your wife, Mr. Bitches. Me don't want them. I mean, these are not them. You see, everybody have their different way of thinking, right? Correct. All right.
What happened? But what I should have done is ask, what about the phone where you tell the phone the bomber clot? But me take the bomber clot from mindset. No.
I lick doing they want to get licked. I lick the man they want to get licked. She said something to him and him said, bomber clot. And she said, how we are talking about bomber clot to and him said, the phone me did I talk to you know when your mother cock up in her room. So and she's like, Dean, come in here. Pass me that remote right there. In your mind, you're like, roll your big ass over and get the fucking remote, man. What you just said? Nothing, mommy. Adapt you say, say. What? Adapt you say something like you so adapt you say. No, mommy, me never said. So she asked, do we, how you? She look for a reason for fighting. This is the day when everything happened. She look for a reason for fighting. How we are bomber clock? And the phone me that talk to me, that talk to the phone, mommy. I know you me that talk to me. I was talking to my brother out there. He's standing right by the door. Oh, better be. Better be. Cause me I talk to like that about bomber. I lick the man they want to get licked. The man said I was talking to the phone. I wasn't talking to you.
You see how life is? You build for 10 years and it can take one blood clot there and it bash down.
She talk a lot.
You see the simplest? Because of all the chatting on the internet, who are laugh after, but me like when people laugh after me. They can't cope with it. The fame, the whole heap of chatting, them can't deal with it.
And everybody
so that bomber clot, I go to something him on the phone, I'm afraid to say it to me, because he don't want an argument. But me never ask, I take it for me. One thing lead to a blood clot, that. When I have this do it, you don't talk to me, so do you don't even talk much of this bomber clot. Do you what?
Say something.
You get the drift?
Mm-hmm.
Seek and you shall find.
Ross.
No expectation, no disappointment. So because I seek to know why you said the bomber clock and you not talk to me. Because me take the bomber clock before you said to me, say crazy. You know, so a man tell me, say this boy here, one girl say that boy here. Not you not say. You sit there and make me get out a wife character now. Never me have purpose and I have a character. I make me take the sit down now and block it, sit down at the doorway and say, do it. Do you have to talk to me, something right? I'm all right. Because shown as a strong black woman. Not because he's a queen, not because he's a famous woman, and not because the world loved me. Don't mean to I can't get defeat. But you still you can't stand up on your blood clot foot when you drop and turn up blood clot back and say, what? I want you to just stop me a blood clot gun. Me have a throw back blood clot to them. Me not have blood clot. But it's them thing that get strength. I make a smile away. Shout out the Lord as this is. Look how much different mood me go in now. Everybody Everybody go through violation. You don't work, your boss violate you. Sometimes your mother violate you. Sometimes your father. Life. What is what come after?
All right. We're listening enough for Queenie. I will put the two links in the comment section so you can listen to especially doing video on your own. What we really want to talk about now this morning is what we're going to get into. Let's start off by talking, and I'm going to need everybody on the front page with me this morning because some of you been through it, some of you been through it, some of you still in it, and all these things. Uh, let's help some people out this morning. You can post it on the screen. Answer to this question: what are some of the things that you should look forward to when there is a huge age gap in the relationship? We can start out with that. Now, in the meantime, let me say this. Hold on, the start say enough of these old women just want to say they got ring and husband hype on the girl them. Ray judge. Boy, boy, Ray, me got ring. Boy, she said Dewey was quiet like that from before she even, if he was always like that, and him locked down Panara, Jamaica before she even can come up her, and him wouldn't talk to her same way. So that's his style of communication, isn't it? I'll go off and give you the first one. You see, when the age difference is too big, there's gonna be communication problems. I look at my board because my board, you don't know my board stay already. My board have a whole heap of footnotes. So I talk sense and keep myself on track. See it? All right. So the first thing you can look forward to is some communication problems. She's abusive. Make no doubt about it. That's abusive. However, check it. She don't know how to handle it. She want her man, her husband talk to her and him not talk to her. So you know when you're more, some of these things take time. You have to mature into them levels of life, you know, to where you're in a relationship and you're like, and this is naturally. Remember, scientifically, it's been proven the human mind is not fully developed until the age of about 25. It's between 25 and 30 is where you start to cement your place in adulthood. See, before that 25, that scientifically it is proven that your frontal lobe, the part of your brain that handles higher thinking, decision making, rationalization, and all these things, is not fully developed yet. So sometimes you're expecting something from somebody, especially like you take up a 21, 22-year old and you're like 35, 40, you know, it's going to be a totally different world. The things them that you think is cool, them I look on it like, and then granny all broke them there, right? The style and fashions and music that you're into is different from what them into. You probably listen like an hour for them music and then your spirit get crossed. Cause you feel like a Christian with a backslider, you feel like you're regressing instead of progressing, and these kind of things. It's just a different, because you've been through it already. You've done it already, you know, and you know why you don't do it anymore. So to have it back and repeat, and then what you see happening in their relationship is exactly the dynamics that will play out. Is a parent-child dynamic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, did you wash the dishes? Well, why me have to tell them to wash the dishes, right? She gonna look and say, why me have to tell them to wash the dishes? Because I'm not upon them the kind of time that, you know, big people after you reach certain age, you know, say, yo, me I clean up while me I cook. And then by the time I done cook, the kitchen clean too. So me know have to go cook first and then clean up after, and then, you know, them the different. Them I cook the whole kitchen dirty. Them done eat the kitchen dirty. Them sit down and chill and watch TV, the kitchen still dirty. Or them cook and then you have to go wash the dishes. And then you wash the dishes, them have to go cook. It is like you can't, so it's a different era. You come from a different era. Some errors are close. So if the age gap is not that big, yeah, and you are one of those people who don't all out yourself before time, you can probably get away with more. But if the age gap is so far apart, then you're definitely going to have communication issues for sure. And you're going to feel like you're being monitored. Like the younger person probably going to feel like they're being monitored, feel like they're being parented. And it's like, yo, my parents already raised me. I don't need you for raise me. I didn't get with you to be my dad, or I didn't get with you to be my mom. I got with you because, you know, a man out my relationship where I deal with. But then it turns into that. So that's one of the things to look for in a relationship where the age difference is pretty big. Is definitely communication. Communication difference, right? Let me see. Family involved and violence. Family involved. Here's another thing. When you reach a certain age, you're like for instance, me know some me a big man. I know that my mom loved me, and I know that my dad loved me, and I know that my family loved me, but I tell people that I'm out in the world on my own. Why? Because that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that I handle my own responsibilities. Me no wait to get sick and then hope that my mom's insurance is gonna cover me. I don't wait for anything to break around my house and then stretch out my hand to my mother or my father and say, if you can help me with this or that. I don't wait for issues to arise in my relationship and then I run to my mom or run to my dad or call my parents or say, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I have to handle this on my own. Now, when you not reach that's so yet, it's gonna be family is gonna be more involved than normal. You see what I say? Family is gonna be more involved than normal. You have to reach a stage where you're like, this is my business, don't want family unite. Because family in your business, usually, I saw a post the other day on Instagram that says, don't let your family destroy your family. Think about it and don't let it go over your head. And I skipped past it and I went back. Don't let your family destroy your family. Don't let it go over your head. And it can happen. It can happen. Because if your sister there and she don't like the woman where you're there with, if my sister don't like the woman I'm with, my sister is gonna be whispering stuff in my ears on the other side. Like, I don't know why you end up with this girl. I can't stand her enough. And no matter how you try to smooth it over, it's gonna play in your subconscious. Like, not even my sister don't like her. How about her my sister don't like? Yeah, and your sister I tell her, yeah, sister I tell her I don't like her. I'm just don't like her for you. And give you a bag of reason why. I know y'all watch her for all those reasons because it's somebody that's near and dear to you that said it. Your mother comes say what she have to say, and then every time when I have a fight now, your mother will pick your side instead of bring all of them together and say, listen, y'all married, work on your marriage. The grandchildren, you need to provide a stable environment for these children. Each one of you relationship is important to the children, like that kind of stuff. So y'all gonna have them dynamics that in the relationship. So for the man them out there, or the woman them out there where I look for run down young people and you're like, this is what I want. Now, mind you, we've seen a lot of divorces and a lot of abusive relationships where the people are the same age or the same age group and it's still ending a divorce. You see, when two people decide that they're going to make it in life together, then age and all that other stuff don't mean a thing. When they decide, if it's two consenting adults that decide that they are going to make it together, age don't mean a damn thing. That those are just other obstacles in the way that you're going to have to navigate in order to move forward, in order to grow together, in order to remain together. Remember, I know no relationship stay the same as how it began. No person stays the same as how you met them. This is some people that say, oh, you changed so much and you're just a different person like 5 years down the road. And you have to look at it like, my 10-year-old is very different from my 5-year-old. My 15-year-old is very different from my 10-year-old. You see where I'm going with this? Right. So they're going to change over time. They're going to mature, they're going to grow, some people mature faster than others, all this other kind of stuff. But when two people decide, say, nothing is going to break us up, and no matter how rough it gets, we're going to work it out and get back on an even field with each other and get back to loving each other and get back to moving forward together and growing together in love, then nothing can harm that kind of a relationship. I just more obstacle in the way. That's why I said, here, do it. Do still I say I'm wife and him love her. The man never say, yo, me no want them something in my life, yo, my God left that woman that she crazy. He calls her crazy. She said she send him go shop. And when him reach at the shop, I forget, Do it probably burn all a big spliff and him wait to the shop. And him wait to the shop and when he reach him, Isla rotting. Him call her. Him say crazy. I want something forget again. See? So him know she crazy. Him call her crazy. That's them being affectionate. Now hear what? People expect life to be perfect all the time, and it's not. Okay? It's not. People have to go through them growing stages. You didn't come to where you're at level of maturity now, just born like so, and then you got there. Nothing in here was toxic as Ross, and nothing in here probably still toxic as Ross. You just hide it good on the internet because my ask a partner that you with, or you're probably not there with nobody. Yeah, mask it as no. I'd rather be alone because everything is wrong with everybody else. Nothing is ever wrong with me. You know, I look by yourself and say, well, I spent the last 20 years dating all the wrong people, so obviously something wrong with me. Yeah, I keep picking the wrong. That's why I'm single now because I don't know how to pick good. I mean, I wait till I work out myself. Then we can, if you should tell yourself the truth, and then those who are been together and they're at a happy place, ask them. Ask people who've been together for many years. Ask them if it was always good. Just smooth sailing all the way through. No, Sam used to beat me. Him kick me down one time and the last time him do it come in pregnant, I pack up my things and leave. But oh, when they love me, him come find me back. I'm going to say, yo, may I come with you, but I'm not really coming with you. Here's what, you're going to have to put this in place and do this and do that. My grandmother tell my grandfather, say, you're going to have to put us as priority. You have to do this, you have to do that. You have to surrender yourself to the Lord. You have to do this. You have to come worship with me. You have to this, that. The man said, here what? Is a good woman that me now make she go nowhere. So anything she said, me I gotta do to make sure say, this is who I have in my life to the end. And he did that. He did that. He fixed up every rotten part-time life. Yo, when my parents talk about my grandfather, yo, your grandfather back in the day before you born, I'm like, man, I don't know what y'all talking about because I've never seen that. I've never even heard the man say damn. Not even damn. Much less bumbleclot and F word fly and none of that. And my grandmother is that kind of person. Not even once have I heard any of them curse. And they're coming from struggles. Yeah. They decided long ago that this, you are it for me. And you are it for me for life. And they decided that mutually. You can decide say somebody are it for you for life, and you alone decide that because the next person can't wait to leave. Them just need to get a couple more things in place. And that's where heartbreak comes in. You know what I mean? That's where deception comes in. But when two people on the same page and decide, say, yo, no matter what obstacles arise, we're going to get over them and all that. But it takes a certain level of maturity to do that. See? I always say that for those of us who are, say, if you're in your 40s right now, you're looking at your 20s and laughing. You're laughing at yourself in your 20s. You see what I'm saying? Majority of us, anyways. You know, some people gonna come on the internet and say, I was born wise and I was smart in my 20s and I never made any mistakes. And I'm even more smarter now. I'm like, the pinnacle of geniusness right now. Lie I tell. You make some mistake, you do some stuff, you fling out your body 1 and 2 times and draw it back, and then you say, Jesus Christ, I mean, you do that for me, just give the boy some front. So, I have to go contain that little something here that's not good of myself. And then you start to say, hey, I'm holding myself and this and that, and you learn how to fix yourself as time goes by. So, looking at their relationship, Dewey and Queenie, you have to give the people them space and let them go through them thing. The licking part though, me know it. If you have bust glass in my forehead, I'm out. I'm out. But we say that. We say that. And people make it past that. And people make it past worse than that. Believe it or not, people make it past that and people make it past worse than that. I think we're in a generation and a time now where nobody wants a relationship that comes with struggle. Nobody wants a relationship that comes with obstacles anymore. Everybody wants a ready-made partner, and you must be me and you holding hands and walking off into the sunset happily ever after. And if anything is disrupted or changes, then man, I'm looking for a divorce, or I'm trying to get out of here, or So again, different mindsets, different ways of thinking. Queenie come from a generation where them people that stay together when them get together. But the problem is you're trying to do that with a generation of people or person from a generation where them not like that. Them not staying around like that. It's a different thing. It's on to the next one is their mantra. Majority of. Check it. Anybody 30 and below is on to the next one is their mantra. While anybody and another thing, you're in different space in time in life. When you reach 15, or you know, say your next 50, I bring you go 100, you know. So you start to contemplate like your demise. You start to say, do I have things in place properly? Yo, me have to really live how I want to live, you know, because I don't know when me I gonna drop out on these things, man. Get up in that age now and something there while you're with somebody that's like 20 years younger than you, and they're like, I got time. I have time to be careless and make mistakes and recover and come back again. And you're like, no, you're short tempered because at this age, I shouldn't be making this kind of mistakes. I shouldn't be living this kind of way. You know, yeah, try sharpen up and them kind of something there. Ready in the minutes, gone in minutes. Level up or get left back. Yeah. So there's a lesson in this. There's a lesson in this for both sides. Older people who are looking to younger for relationships should know that there are going to be obstacles there from that side. And we spoke about some of those just now. Younger people looking to older people to be in a relationship with them, card not act like I saw the world go. I see people out here trying to mind people business. You see, from a two consenting adult and a them say them want each other, and nobody never force nobody and rip off nobody or nothing like that, or coerce anybody because you have some sick man out there, and women that start drop them little jewels, them call them or whatever, fishing for this youngin from the youngin say 16, 17, and then them reach 18 and them like, okay, that's legal now, so we can run in for the kill now. I'm not talking about none of those. From his two legal age adult, and them as adult get into what they get into. After them business, them have to go work it out. But if you're younger and you like older and you're going to be with older, understand what I just said just now. Because it's going to be there. Then I go on, no, how come you don't wash up the dishes properly and you still left food in the sink after you wash dishes and clean up kitchen? No, you have to clean the kitchen and empty out the sink, clean out the sink and all. And then you're going to be like, oh, so I don't know if I wash dishes now. Jesus Christ, you're overbearing. It's either that or the older person going to do it themselves and then sit down and say, why? You can't even wash two plates good. You know what I'm saying? You can't wash two plates good. And then it kind of remind you of, this is like my kids. This one I have to tell the kids like, yo, come here, come back in the kitchen. I see food on the plate still. These plates you just wash up, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into it. So make sure that you really want. All right, unless you're doing it just for fun and you're gonna take the fun out of it and move along. And if that's what you're gonna do, then let them know that. Let them know that, like, hey man, this is just fun thing for me. Yeah. I don't want no relationship with you like that in deep. I do have feelings for you, but let's keep it and go there. No practice deception because deception get people hurt, whether it's physically hurt or spiritually hurt or any other kind of hurt. There's a whole lot of hurt that goes with deception. So like I'm dealing with my grandkids. Hey, Erica Spencer sounds like I'm dealing with my grandkids. Nikki True Prince says that's what love is all about. About two hearts finding the way somehow to keep the fire burning. Facts. Facts. But it has to be a two-heart thing. It has to be a two-person thing. It can't be one on one side. And if you're not talk to me, I bust a glass and you're fired. No, you're gonna have to come to a place where you're like, well, I guess that's not his communication style. So as bad as this hurt me, I'm gonna have to stay quiet and wait till he comes around. And then over time, him check feel like that, he will start to say, I know she don't like when I shut down, but she never bust a glass and I'm fired from if you talk to her. So let me get to it sooner than later. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna shut down upon her no more. I'll talk to her now when things happen instead of just locking her off and no communication. Like when you adjust according to what suits your situation. Yeah. I remember this old couple, they're like 90 something and they've been together like 60 something or 70 something years. That's my grandparents, anyways. But they asked the couple, what's one of the things that you practice that keep you together for this long? I remember the woman saying, one, never go to bed mad at each other. We said that from when we just met, just started getting together and stuff. And then we carried it out throughout. So you have to make them rules and then stay committed to them. And you'll be surprised how far that goes. Talk everything out before bed. Never go to bed mad at each other. If you don't finish talk about it and reach resolution by next morning, then that's fine. You can pick it up back tomorrow morning. But don't go to bed like you're in the house with your enemy. And then the man said, find all the things that your partner despises and don't do them. Find all the things that your partner despises and just don't do them. Right? And I thought to myself, damn, that was deep. Find all the things. Now, you say you're committed for life. So guess what? You have a whole lifetime to find all the things. You're not going to get everything on a piece of paper up front. And as people change and grow, there'll be things that they like and things that they used to like, they don't like no more. So you have to keep up. But it's your duty to keep up with each other. Find all the things that your partner despises and don't do them. Yeah, me's a loud girl, I'm not change for nobody. Well, the man where you love are gonna left you eventually. Because him not really like loud girl. Him like all the other stuff that comes with you except for the loud girl. He's hoping too that you simmer down, you know, and deal with things a different way. Vice versa, same thing. She pick you up, yeah, but you overbearing and you're going like your daddy and you this and that. She didn't get with you to be ruled. Where you're going, when you're coming back, who you're going with, call her every 2 minutes, that kind of stuff. Drive by and hide in the people bush and I see which part she there. Who are you with today? I was with Keisha. No, I'm talking about the guy in the red pants and the blue shirt and stuff. I'll be like, blue skirt, I wouldn't even see that. I thought you were at work. Well, see, I work at 7-Eleven. That's our uniform. And in our uniform. And they told us to go across to the other store across the street to pick stuff up. The boss select both of us. We walk across the street. We pick the stuff up and walk back to the store. So you stop me. Don't worry about it. You know? But she's hoping that you get that out. Like, stop doing it. Stop doing it. So you're going to have to find what it is your partner enjoys, likes, and whatever. And just don't do it no more. Now, the part that really get me, though, is, and I have to ask this question. You know, our brother asked me to talk about this a while back. He ended up in a wheelchair, too. But him did I say how the woman did I treat him and thing. But I talked to him off air as well. Why, when the abuse is done to the man, that women rejoice? A lot of women rejoice. And what I find is that, especially our women, I'm talking about Caribbean women and Caribbean culture and in Black culture, the women rejoice unless it's their brother. Oh, me fight a girl. A girl can't do my brother like that. A girl can't talk to my brother like that. Yeah, but you do it to your man. A man or somebody picnic. A man or somebody brother. A man or somebody. So, and I kind of hinted on this not too long ago. We've created a society, we have, and some simping men have, because they reward women for being a certain way that's toxic. So we've created a society where it's okay now for women to just do and get away with everything. You see how people automatically went to Dewey is a user. Even I did it. I not exclude myself. Dewey is a user, and him never want that the woman there. I can't him type that. I can't young boy like that and she have 50 ads. I know your type that my you. The man didn't want green card, brethren, and him didn't want go foreign and this and that. And the same people come tell you, don't talk about the man like that. He never want no green card. Matter of fact, let me tell you, the man want to be in Jamaica. He don't want to be here. He didn't want to even come here. Right? But look how we automatically assume that he's the villain. We automatically assume that he's the user. We automatically assume that he's out cheating with younger girls and she old and she can't take it, or she older and she can't take it. My kill her with bun and all this. That's why she clarified all that in the video. She said other people mostly fight about cheating and stuff. But if you look, if you know me and Dewey, we don't have that problem there. Because I send there right through. The most cheating him a cheat are probably on him phone and Instagram or inbox or whatever. Him can go on with that because she know he ain't going nowhere and he right here. That's not their problem. But we're out here assuming that because we're conditioned to think that the man always wrong. The woman can say, yeah, but bust up him forehead. If Shakira come in here right now and say, yeah, Miss clap so flowing I'm fired with the teacup, you see, there'll be a group of women on here saying, Wendo, tell me Wendo. Because I probably deserve it. And you're like, there's no reason that could justify she slapping me and I'm fired with the teacup. You know that teacup are heavy? And she buy them, you know, them big and heavy, no blood. Because and them see how them big. They're really heavy. There's no reason that would justify that. You slap me and I'm fired with the teacup, but you would have a group of women that would say, yeah, that them forget. All cheating boy. From me look upon him, I don't like him, you know. We can't tell us something did off about him. The spirit just never take him. Yeah, the same people that will come to you every morning in the morning. SouFLo, good morning, how you doing? Big up yourself. I actually come in here right now. I have to bust him head the other day with the teacup. Yes, my girl, I want him to bust him head, yes. Bust him head, yes. That's my personal phone ringing. Not the business phone. So I see that. I saw that over there when Queenie said when Queenie said she bust up him fired, you know, I said, wait, she just admitted it. I'm looking at the comments. You should have bust up the next side too. I know bust you bust that, my girl. What she said? A scar, you're scarring, or a crop, you're cropping, or something like that. Should I bust up the next side too? Like, wow. Is that what you would say if it was your brother or your son? Yeah, it wouldn't be. So you want to protect your brother and your son, but anybody else, any other man outside of that, it's okay to abuse them. A whole heap of man in a relationship when them get abused and taken abuse. And it's not just that they're ashamed of it. So man, I don't know. Most men ain't built like that. Most men are not built like that. Again, I was watching something the other day where the counselor was speaking, and the counselor said, women look at love different from men. We don't really ask you to love us, right? We ask you to show us that you love us by showing us respect, respect in the way that you talk to us, respect in the way that you handle our household, if we have household together, all that. And that respect equals love to us. Woman are gonna want her flowers and she want her better put a ring on it, and she want can you provide and protect, and you know she want all them kind of thing there, and for her all that equals love. Plus tell her you love her all the time and shower her with compliments and how beautiful you are, and you know you're sexy and everything, because if you don't, the first man will say it out the road, she have a fighting because she not hear it too much at home, even though someone will do this, you know, frightened to hear it out the road regardless. Even though the man there, yeah, I tell you it every day. But I'm just saying, even that get worn out too. She just want to hear it from somebody else. Because your eyesight might get bad. And she want to double check. You know, so she got a road, go double check. And she hears an A and it boosts her. Like I tell you. I love something that, but I'm saying, why is the energy so different? I didn't see nobody condemn her. Not even one person me never see condemn her. When we put the link in, I want you to go to that live and I want you to look at the words I go, and you will see. Go look on them live feed. Nobody said, yo, my girl, you're wrong enough. Because no matter what, you should never get violent. You say you block the door, you tell the man fight for car funeral. What kind of options are those? And then you bust glass in him for it because he still wouldn't talk, him shut down for you. And then you talk about you have to break him. And you want him to communicate how you want him to communicate, and you want him to do what you want him to do. Like, nobody is telling her that you're manipulating him. You're behaving a bit narcissistic. Nobody's telling her none of that. Queenie, you're my hero. You're such a strong example of a good black woman. And all right, I'm not trying to take away no black woman's crown, right? God know, when I've been through the same things and more that we've been through, the struggle is rough on both sides. See, and that's why we can't be each other's enemies. And we got to understand that if you're traumatized as a black man, understands that the black woman experience has been the same. See, so she traumatized too. But gone are the days when to be a lawyer, right? You have to go to law school. You got to go to law school, and then you got to pass the bar, and then you're a lawyer, and a practicing lawyer. To be a doctor, you got to go to med school. To be a secretary, you have to go through certain kind of training and things. Anything you take on, you have to earn them qualifications in order to earn that title. See? It's the same thing as being called queen. Now, what we've come into a time now where toxic is seen as queen. Toxic is seen as queen. Like everybody call themselves a queen now. You know? I don't know if I because the Rasta them didn't walk around from in the 80s and probably even before that. And I say princess and empress and royal. And them just take it on and say, yeah, me a princess and me a empress and me a queen. So come on, never no old dirty boy. I'm a queen. And you're like, that's the way you behave is not becoming of a queen. But then quick fit tell a man though about a real man wouldn't do this. A real man wouldn't do that, but you can't tell the woman them nothing again. Right? So when can I check you, sis? When can I put you back on track? You know what I mean? I'm not here to be your enemy. So when can I put you back on track? I don't have no male friends that don't support their children and take care of their family. To me, that's somebody that's not worthy of my company. Cause that's a why. That's a true definition of a why. You can't say at the club popping bottles and your clothes new and you brag about red bottom this and pop color you so and fling dollars pan girl over there. So and every time I see your kids, them look like charity case. And every time you see a baby mother, them look like them I beg something from somebody to feed the kids them. I can't be around no man like that and talk about, yeah, I'm a virgin that and I'm a dupes. Yeah, man, me and him. Nah. And I'm not afraid to call him out neither. I don't have enough name for him. Walkless boy, deadbeat daddy, what the next one called? Waste man. All this. But when can I call you out, sis? When can I tell you that your behavior is not queen-like? But you want me to treat you like a queen? We have to behave like one though. I know you're going to say, who gets to decide when or what kind of behavior is queen-like? Come on now. We have sense. We have sense. See? So now get overboard with it. Who gets to decide what's queen-like doesn't stop at me. Who gets to decide? Those rules are universal. Who gets to decide who's king-like? Those rules are who's a king or who's flexing in king spirit or who's flexing in queen energy. Those are universal. Those are universal. Stash said, who gonna check me, boo? Them niggas can't handle me. He couldn't handle me. Why I need to handle you for? Because you bucking Bronco out here. I gotta handle you. I gotta ride you until I tame you. Cause I got Queen want to do it for the ride out till him tame her. I mean, I talk about the other ride there. You know, you hear what she said? You have to stand up in this like a king. She means stand up and be combative with her and cuss it out and war it out. And that's what I mean, say, this is where you want to be. Because you put all your energy into this. If you go quiet, you don't care. But if you want to fight with me, you care. You see? In any relationship, your partner is there. Your partner's main concern should be seeing you grow and helping you to grow as a better person. And can make you grow as a better person. Because some people don't want better. Some people will tell you, this is me, this is how I've always been, and this is how I'm always going to be for the rest of my life. Well, cut from that, because guess what? Can't be. Progress doesn't stay one place, else it wouldn't be called progress. Not true? So you have to go grow. You have to go mature. I love you, but some things you're going to have to change. And at the end of the day, we got to grow together or we grow apart. That's, again, universal rules, not mine. Somebody said that woman is mad. If Queenie mad, big up to Queenie. If Queenie mad, like I said before, she not my cup of tea. Not my type of woman. My wife come in like Dewey. Not true, babe? You hear? She said very much so. Wife said very much so. That's how my wife is. She shut down. She don't want to go through none of. That's what I be telling y'all, man. Sometimes I'm too real. I'm too real. I'm not fine. Listen. The end of the day, see, if you want to say Queenie mad, if Queenie mad, enough Jamaican woman when me know mad then. If Queenie mad, she's just, and some of y'all be away from Jamaica for too long. I'm telling you. So your culture and the vibes run gone left you. So sometimes when people talk like harsh, or no feel like, oh God, they're attacking me. Like, no, it's actually how we express ourselves. We are those people still. Them warrior blood that still run through within. So somehow we extra with it and somehow we not. But and I learned that when I stayed away from Jamaica one time, long time ago, for like a good extended period of time. You know, handling military stuff and stuff when and then as I realized and I was able to catch it, I realized that I was looking at Jamaica from thank you, Veronica Gale, enough away man. You don't think I drop me a make when I come and say to you, say, every Jamaican carry that in them. It don't make them fool you. You see them on TV like this. Good evening and welcome to the Gleaner and WFER. And yes, and everything is proper and kosher and okay. Touch a button the wrong way and see what happens. Touch a button the wrong way and see what happens. When the military took me away from Jamaica, I realized it. I was like, damn, I lost my aggressive edge. You know, I actually started realizing I was becoming like a yes man for other people. Somebody mash your corner and you're like, oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. Me find myself, I apologize to people who violate me. Some of them did need to get raised up under some bumbo clot, and when people and you become a foreigner. So you're like, Jesus Christ, they're aggressive. And you start, and when I realized I was becoming that, and I'm just consuming news from outside looking in, I get up one day and said to myself, say, yo, I need to go on my yard. I need to reconnect with the culture and I need to, it was actually my sister that said it to me. You know what I said? So I said, yo, I need to go home. I need to reconnect with my culture. I need to catch back some of that fire there. I walk barefoot outside and eat off a wood fire and them kind of thing. They sleep under a zinc roof and them thing, they hear rain fall. And I need to just be me again because that's your culture. That's your culture. You assimilate into foreign culture and then no condoning of the violence, but the expression. This is why there's a balance. I can say Queenie is well not my type because how she aggressive and all that. But can I say everything that she says does not make sense? No. Can't say that. She said enough things will make sense. Stash Stash say I'm 40% mad. Well, you're good for you know your percentage, Stash. You're good for you know your percentage. We got like 6 minutes left because I started on time, right? So we got like 6 minutes left in here. Stash says she about 40% mad. Marvin, what Marvin said? Marvin the point Jamaican Kerr says at Stash, then you're Jamaican. Yeah, man. Real thing. Don't touch the wrong button on any Jamaican. May I tell you this? As calm as you see them, as cool as and refined that you might think, Yes, that's how they, some of them are like this and some of them like that. I bet money. Andrew and his wife, first lady, them in at the big house, they kick off. You know you're about it out the road. It, what you think because he became the prime minister and he graduated from which part? Not from my family member them graduated from. And them still Tegerish and so and them have the same degrees. So that don't change your core of you and your culture. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See? So don't stray too far from your people them and then start being frightened foreigner looking out from in. Jesus Christ, that's extra. That's too much aggression. And you start measuring them with other people's eyes. You know? It's some stuff that would fan off. When they're in Jamaica, you hear man talk certain way, you just walk past a fan that talk kind of mean nothing to you. Watch how the tourists walking by and see, they be like, you have to tell them, say, no, they're good, they're not fighting. Just like when you see them over here. They, damn, they're about to fight. No, they're not fighting. They're actually talking about going out over the weekend, and it was wild and all that. Really? Yeah, really. You Jamaican? Yes, I'm Jamaican. Stop. I didn't know. Yes, I am. I can tell you what they're talking. I understand everything they're saying. Talk like it then. You want me to chat, sir? Oh, you're Jamaican. Oh my God. So you understand everything they're saying for real? Yeah, I do. So they're not gonna fight. No, they're not. That's just how they sound. You know? So Queenie talk hard. But I think that's about it. Remember when she said him bleach out and him favor bullfrog and him this bleach out boy favor bullfrog and the bleaching cream think and all that. All that. And then the next day is, yeah, watch us see if the tour will now learn from this. Watch. And my husband and him have to come to me, come tell me, say, even if him a come to tell me, say him no want me. In his own time. After I bust him on head with the cup and I talk about in his own time. After but you know, don't big up yourself, my friend. I owe that to you. See, because them well have them Friday, they well have them Friday morning, the other morning, with Queenie video, and them well lambious you. Them talk all kind of thing about Dewey. I saw the comments, I just, I was like, gee, that guy, we have to go find a way to clean this up. I hope, see me here, on that table, I hope Dewey put out a video. I hope the man come cool, calm, and collected. I look on him head and said, but I should deal with it now. Yeah, see it there, real way. But oh, sir. I saw it go, yeah, man. I saw it go. So it go. End of the day, walk away with this though, and know this. When two people on the same page, your partner have to look at you and say, this is my person. If your partner look at you and say, this is my person, then just know say they haven't chosen yet. Okay? And very well might left you until them find their person. But when you find your person, it's a beautiful thing when two people believe that this is my person. That you don't want nobody else, regardless of what. This one I'm gonna go through life with right here. Stops right here for me. And if you could both keep it like that and then put the work in to overcome every obstacle that arises, you'll be all right. You'll be one of them stories like my grandparents' story in them 90s and celebrating 60 something years of marriage. Imagine that. Right? All right. Hope them see counseling. And I'm sure there's counseling available. They're in the UK. Like I said, if them put in the work, they will be all right. Then probably come back, come laugh after a week. But I want to see it. I want to see it. Make them work out the other part where when do we reach 50, Queenie are gonna be 70 something years old and all these things. Make them work out them part that a fit them relationship to work out. Other people do it and them work it out fine. And they do just fine. Yeah. So make them work all that out. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. Yo, Soji 819. You see all you know. But you know what I say, right? All right. LL, Dorothy T, the Vinci will use them cutlass for you. Then we tell you that to run you up. Boy. Them non-player. I'm sure there'll be a Dewey and a Queenie part 2. I think they're gonna be back together. I think they're gonna be back together. Cause Dewey never say I'm go nowhere. Him just said she needs to straighten up some things. But it's my wife and it's all love. I'm still love her. I'm not say nothing bad about her. No, it take a lot. It take a lot for somebody bust your forehead and you know come say nothing bad about them. And you do a whole 20-minute video and never said not one bad thing about her. You see it? You go back at gym? Start over again. After how long?
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
My God. You feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't consider hot man, you know? If people have not said that.
Because why they ask me via Instagram? I'm like,
They always asking for you.
They just don't follow me. They follow you.
She said she go to the gym. So, Malani sleep? Alright, now come off now anyway.
I still sleeping.
Look on foot.
So into oblivion.
Yeah.
Outside.
I need a crutch. When you come back off a camera car, I definitely can't even drive with this.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, so you're I bought some new Adidas slippers, right? Everybody have the same Adidas slippers. And the Adidas slippers them, it has like this massage thing on the inside, so it feels good at the foot bottom. The slippers now fling down everybody. Everybody who wear them get fling down. My slippers fling me down and twist up my ankle. So now I got my right ankle is swollen big as ever right now. So right now I'm hopping around on one foot. It's like every week or something else. This how you know you eat. I'm looking at myself like, yeah, you're not young and flexible like that no more. You know what I mean? I say every week or something else. Come in here and sit down, forget on the computer, bend over too far. The metal thing sticking out the light right there. Dig out me eye. Next couple of weeks gone by, my daughter dig out me eye. That time my eye almost lost my eye, right? Fall nowadays, the fall ain't the same. Hip feel like me need hip replacement. Me used to roll and bounce up. And play it off and act like I fall, me just go down and do 2 push-up and come back up. yeah. The slippers fling down everybody. Slippers fling me down, twist up my ankle. Literally, twist up my ankle. My ankle big now. No. And we all been here trying to battle and stay fit. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know that all of us had COVID. And I never know that. All of we catch COVID. She did have COVID. That's why I asked her, I said, you starting back at the gym today? Because we've been out at the gym for a while. See? Everybody over here catch COVID. And we had to heal from the COVID. I know as COVID gone, ankle problem. Before the COVID I did my eye. Then I lose my eye. I don't know. I feel like I reached the stage now where I need to be in a bubble. Because anything can happen. Roxanne Evans, I need a bath. My salt. You know, if you go down and mineral go wash off, not true? Boy. Manners and respect, Dorothy T. Thank you. And thank you for being here. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna put her, well, I'll put it in the comment section, but put the Yasato. So that Shakira Sphere, y'all could go over to Wifey channel and hit the subscribe button and hear what she got to say. I was wondering why she never do, why people at COVID something not no joke. It's not no joke. I'm gonna tell you, it's not no joke. Shit, I could do a whole video talking about it, but the body pains, man. One time I was getting muscle contract in my chest, and I thought I was having a heart attack. Like blows on skirt, and then when you breathe in, everything around there so just lock up. Like Cat Williams say, when it come with age, you walking around, all your ribs broken. He was like, all your ribs broken and shit. Your homies see you, and like, what happened to you, man? Why you in a half body cast? You fell, you got in a car accident or nothing? He was like, nah. What happened? I just laughed too loud. Yep, laughed too loud and broke everything all over here. But that's how the COVID feel. Like all the under so your ribs them. You know, y'all ever had stitches, what we call stitches when you're locked and you feel like, and then everything I cramp up. That's the worst part. Your legs cramping, your belly muscles cramping, your chest muscles cramping, neck and face are cramp. That's the worst part. And then the shortness of breath. When I first, so I didn't, I said to myself, I can't catch COVID. I'm good. My immune system and the amount of shots of them flinging at me in the army, I think I could survive a nuclear breakout. I'm good. I woke up, walked across the living room, and I was like, what the? Across the living room. Why am I breathing like this? And then my chest started cramping me and says, a heart attack, you know? Like you have a heart attack, brother. Went to go get tested and found out it was COVID. Couldn't breathe. Walking across my living room. Winded. I took myself to the gym before I got tested, got on a treadmill and run for 1 hour straight just to make sure that my lungs or my heart okay. See? I'm a runner, by the way. I love running. So now that my ankle is like this, I gotta wait till my ankle get better, but I'm still gonna be going to the gym in the meantime, because I can work out everything else. I haven't been to the gym in weeks, and you can look on me and tell that I was deflating because I was on a roll. Yeah, but me catching back, everything's still good and in place. Everyone have a blessed day. Empress Makeba, thank you, and I appreciate you, and have a wonderful day. The family's feeling better. We're doing better. Saying the kids just got tested. Everybody was negative, and their mom, everybody was negative over there. We just had to worry about this household now and fix up and them thing there. But big up on yourself. Thank you for being here. I don't know if I should tell you to go get vaccinated or if I should tell you to still not get vaccinated and let your immune system handle it, or if I should tell you to still wear a mask, or if I should tell you to, it's still a personal thing. That's what I think it is. All right, do our best for you. I will leave it right there, son. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you tomorrow morning. God spare my life, like my granny used to say, right here on SouFLoTV for Morning Thoughts. Bless up. I'm out. Peace.